The Star of the Week 今週のスター・オブ・ウィークはデビューシングル Take On Me で一躍トップスターの座を手にしたノルウェー出身のアハーン。How about introducing yourself in the camera one over there?
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, this is Aha you're watching now, and I'm Morten doing the vocals.
What's Morten in your mother language?
Well,
See,
it
my
means-
name is actually phonetically Kobayashi Katsuya, but in English it's Katsuya Kobayashi. You know, it's a little different.
It sounds very
Very different, right? How different? I want to see how.
Morten.
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 It reminds me of something to eat. Meat. Mutton. Mutton. And?
Rotten.
All right.
I'm Mags. I play keyboards.
Yeah.
And
This is Paul. My name is Paul.
What's
I
your
play-
name in Norwegian, Max?
Yeah, come on.
Magne Furholmen.
Great. Yeah.
And I'm Paul.
Yeah.
Or
Paul
Paul.
is the same almost.
Yeah, Paul. And
Paul
I play
never
guitar.
changes.
And you're all young.
Still healthy.
Yeah.
Mm.
You have been together
About 3 years now.
3 years. I understand you're individually from different group, which are pretty much active in Norway.
Well, I was sort of in different bands, but they've been together.
Oh.
We sort of had the same history. We grew up in the same neighborhood, and when we were about 10 years old, I think we met and formed our first band.
Which was called
I can't remember.
The first one?
Spider Empire. Was it?
Spider Empire. It sounds like
Don't
heavy
tell
metal.
Yeah, well, I mean, my grandfather had an electric guitar. So
Seems a heavy metal.
That's a family.
Yeah, it's
How
a
old
family.
were you
So
then,
that's
Mike?
Three-generation band.
that's the reason, you know, that Paul wanted to start a band with me. I was the only kid in the street with an electric guitar. You know?
It's the only reason.
That's the only reason.
When was this, man?
And I still have it.
That's in Oslo, right?
Yeah.
What was happening then in Oslo?
Not much.
Not much.
School.
You mean the music scene? Or
Music scene. Or I mean, you listen to a lot of imported stuff, right?
yeah.
I mean,
Most
Mostly.
Norwegian bands were copying American and English bands at that time.
yeah,
So we listened to Jimi Hendrix and The Doors and stuff like that.
yeah. And
The Beatles.
when was the first time when you came up with your own?
Oh, that was quite early. I
A
think
couple of days later.
A couple
we
days later.
started sort of writing, I think, when we were about 14. And we did a self-financed album eventually.
Yeah.
With our own songs, on our own
Sold
label.
about 2 copies.
Sold very, we like to say it sold very well among family and friends.
Yeah.
That's the sort of term. And that's it, really. We've sort of been together all through, you know, throughout our childhood.
When? How did you write the song then? When?
Just the way we do it now.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, that's
acoustic
what-
guitar or
Yeah.
keyboard, whatever.
That's what I want to know. Yeah, yeah.
I remember actually reading in the local newspaper about a band of 14 and 15-year-olds who were definitely going to England to make it there. And these are the guys. So that's been the plan really for quite a few years. And I met them 3.5 years ago, I think. And we joined them, and we formed Aha.
What did
and
you?
left.
What did you think? But you were still a teenager, right?
At that time, no.
No, he
This was 3 years ago.
Oh.
I'm 26 now, so
Well,
he
I was
was
22.
He was a teenager until he was 24, so you're right.
So you have been wanting to go to England or the States?
That was the
England.
plan from day one.
England was to us the center of the world, at least in our part of the world, when it comes to rock and pop music. It's a very small place, you know, and so much happening there
Yeah.
all the time.
When you went there, what did you find? Were you intrigued with all the groups they have, music they have?
Intrigued with the rat race, maybe.
Oh.
You know, it's such
But
a
I think
fight.
we expected it all.
Yeah.
You know, we knew that England had a lot of bands.
Right.
And that the competition would be fierce.
Easy.
That's one of the reasons we did.
But we wanted to compete with those bands.
Right. And you have to tell us about the tour. You're just about ready. You're ready for the tour, right? I mean, any particular plan for you to come this way?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
definitely. But we don't have any fixed dates yet.
If Japan's open for us, we'll come.
Is your concert's gonna be a little straight rock and roll type, or
In a
you
way,
think
yeah.
you're-
We're not going to use.
Well,
But we don't
Light.
know. I mean, we have to figure it out.
of
it'll
course, but
change.
yeah.
But it'll definitely not be a reproduction of the album. Because we always thought
what I
that
mean.
was very boring when you try to do the same thing
Uh-huh.
on stage as you've done in the studio. I mean, it's a completely different thing, and we don't want to use computers or backing tracks or anything. You know, I mean, it's a two-way thing, communication
You
with
won't
the
be
audience.
In other words, you won't be using tape.
Oh no, no,
No, we don't want
pre-recorded.
to do that.
Oh, no. It really sort of locks you in, so you have to stick to, you know, listen to the drum machine instead of improvising.
And you know, all the songs are written on either guitar or piano, and the way they're done on the album is just one way to do it.
Yeah.
It's one way
So
of arranging them.
when you perform, it's gonna be longer and
maybe
hotter.
maybe different,
Just
maybe shorter,
Probably
maybe
less sophisticated and more direct, you know, more
yeah,
less
stronger.
details and
more
and
dynamics.